we can't let you go without going to the obvious story of May this year. Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't even think people understand. You win the poll, you're not done at this point.
Yeah, I think poll is done at 6, like right at 6 o'clock. I don't know, right before. And then you go through the ceremonial stuff of the trophy, blah 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 blah, all the pictures. So that goes on for a while, and then you do a media hit. Then you do satellite media tour as well. So you sit in a chair for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're staring at a camera, talking to somebody in your ear.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, man. It's about 9:30. And we were meant to go, I think, downtown to the Italian at the JW. We had a booking for that night. Yeah. Get back to the bus, and everybody's obviously waiting. So we're like, hey, what do we do? We've got no dinner. So that's when Dario
it's like Sunday in Indy.
nothing's
open.
Nothing's open. So Dario and I were like, of course, I like Taco Bell. So I was like, hey, man, let's go to Taco Bell. He's like, yeah,
we can get away with
cool,
this.
No
one.
problem.
Yeah.
So we jump in the car. I get in the car and I realize, man, I haven't got a wallet. I'd locked my wallet in the team truck. So I go in. I'm like, hey, babe, can I, to my wife, can I grab your wallet? Yeah. So we drive to Taco Bell and, we pull in. And then I saw something in the mirror. And then so I look, and then I could see somebody walking beside the car. I start to get the window, and the window's starting to come up, and then the gun comes in the car, and then the other guy starts smashing on Dario's window. And you could tell they were very agitated, and there was a car in front of us, so we couldn't go forward, to try and get out of the way. And then obviously we couldn't go backwards because, the guy's like right there. So he's yelling. He's like, hey, he kept just saying wallet, give us your wallets, And I was like, Dario and I were actually both pretty calm because at this point I'm like, this is a prank. Like somebody's pranking us.
That's what Dario says, like,
and because TK's the worst at that shit. Like he's the
he
worst.
He might just want to settle down.
I'm like, man, this is going pretty far. And so I'm like, I said, and I handed him my wife's wallet because I'm like, I didn't have my wallet, and I'm like, I don't have my wallet. So then the other guy starts getting really pissed off and tries to start to smash Dario's window because Dario's Scottish, very short arms, and couldn't find his pockets.
He's trying to gun someone.
He probably left that part out of it, and Dario's, I haven't got a wallet.
He basically said that about you.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, bullshit. So exactly. Yeah. So then the guy on Dario's side starts saying cell phones. Give us your cell phones. And I'm like, man, I just came from the track. My cell phone's at the track. And then this guy, is getting all wigged out. And but luckily at that point when we had nothing more to give, even though Dario had his frickin' wallet and his phone in his pocket.
Willing to die for it.
He was. It seemed like he was willing to die for it. I had the cell phone in my pocket, but I was like, surely these guys are gonna leave. We gave them a wallet.
Yeah.
Any minute now they're gonna you're gonna be punked or whatever. Or Tony Canand. And so then luckily a car pulls up behind us and kind of freaks them out a bit and they take off.
Yeah.
And then, like, literally 5 seconds later, the guy comes on the thing. He's like, so you guys want to order? And I'm like, oh, my God. So we did order. No. I called the cops. And
you did much chalupa.
Yeah. So I think I backed up and I called the cops. And then they came, and once they heard from the first cop who it was like frickin' 10 cop cars.
Yeah.
Like this whole.
Well, the way Dario put
it,
yeah, Dario told us as soon as he did it, he's like, they're gonna record this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play it cool.
Yeah, play cool, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he said.
That's what he claims.
I was cool anyway, man. I don't know.
It's not my fight.
Yeah. I was like, hey, we just got robbed at Taco Bell, and
it's Scott.
At gunpoint.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah. So then we park. We wait for the cops. Cops turn up, and I remember actually right after the guys leave, the two guys leave. I remember just looking at Dario. I'm like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
And we were just so shocked at and I'm like, man, do you think that gun was real? I don't think that gun was real because it was like rattling weird. But in turn, I think it was. I think they found it later. But crazy. Cops turn up. Like then they had it on the video.
Right.
Of the whole thing going down, and then they could see where the guys had parked the car later on.
Sure.
But then we get to order.
Yep.
We got to.
Gotta
I got to get my cheesy gordita crunch with beans instead of beef.
Good.
And
Good.
we didn't have to pay because we had nobody. Well, Dario still had his wallet, but he still.
He's like, yeah, we don't have our
He
wallets.
still didn't dig that out. And so we got a free. I think it was about $40 worth of Taco Bell. And yeah, and then we had to go ID them later, which was pretty crazy.
Was it, so it was like the lineup and the whole thing?
No, so they just caught these guys not far from where we were. So they'd had them in a bit of a car chase, and so one they got in the car once they stopped the car, and then the other had run through some houses. But yeah, so when they come and pick you up, actually they split you straight away. So we were put in both separate cop cars.
Yeah, makes
You
sense.
and Dario.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so the
Make sure the story's the same.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah.
that- 'cause
So
that's the first
and they
thing.
record everything. It was quite interesting
Yeah.
process. But even with the detective at the Taco Bell, it was the process that they go through to try and trigger your memories, man, was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
impressive. Like I watch all these, 2020.
you thought you were an
and all
expert
this
on
stuff.
it,
Yeah,
too,
I
I
think I
guess,
know
and
it, but to see how they function was.
You're trying to help. They're like, settle down, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, It's,
all right, there, David Caruso.
Yeah,
what's up?
yeah.
Yeah, no, we got it, Dixon. Jesus.
But so yeah, then we had to drive and ID them.
While eating
one-
the Taco Bell? Like, are you,
Yeah, I'd
are
already
you
Like,
literally
already-
eating?
guys,
You're like,
I just
yeah,
wanted this.
It was-
Probably
it was
him.
probably 2 hours later. I was in bed,
Yeah.
and then I saw my phone ring. I didn't recognize the number. I'm like, I'm not going to answer that till
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
And then Dario calls me. He's like, hey man, they just called. So, but yeah, one of the kids had been chewed up by the police dog a fair bit. But yeah, it's situation,
Yeah.
wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Pretty much how my Indy 500 went.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
yeah, you got robbed twice in 1 week.
yeah,
So
yeah, tick that box, man.
Yeah.
Definitely done with getting held up by
at gunpoint.
at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Right.